So we're going to start this video off with a very obvious statement. Luka Doncic is that dude, and he's probably already the best offensive player on the Mavericks, if not the best player overall. And I think the first thing you got to look at is his outside shooting and how confident he is with it. I think there were some questions with him coming from overseas and how good of a shooter he was going to be. I think he is erasing a lot of those, even if his percentage doesn't hold up to where it is right now. Throughout this entire season, I think what we can take away from Luka's shooting, one, his form is very good. It looks fluid, the release is there, the follow-through is there, he's balanced, he shoots it the same way every single time. He's confident enough to take step backs and shots with a guy in his face. And we're going to see a little later on that he's very okay with shooting threes off of a screen as well. And I think those are the keys to determine how good of a shooter a guy is, even if you have a small sample size, is his form and how confident he looks taking them. I mean, he's shooting 7 threes a game right now at 40%. So if you were fearful that Luka's shooting was going to be a problem, I think he's looking pretty good so far. Now, I think one big question with him to determine like how good of a scorer he ends up being is how good of an isolation guy is he going to be? Because he gets a lot of screens. And I wonder if he can be like a real isolation type of a guy. I don't know. I mean, his burst off the dribble is maybe his weakest trait. Not to say that it's not good. I mean, he does a lot of things very well, so something has to be the weakest part of his game. But even so, that might be like the one thing that could hold him back from being like a huge scorer, but still being a very good one. Now I want to talk about his scoring off of the pick and roll. Because a lot of Dallas's offense has been give the ball to Luka, DeAndre set a screen, and then Doncic just does something. The guy's so damn comfortable. I mean, we're seeing just 3-pointers right here where his ability to like burst at the right time around the screen to where the defender can't get around it is something that I don't think a lot of players know how to do, and especially not ones who are 19 years old. So yeah, you better step up on the screen when Luka's coming around, because if you don't and your an initial defender doesn't fight around it, decent chance is going to be 3 points on the board. I now want to take this to his in-between game. The floater looks pretty legit, and I don't remember how many, again, 19-year-olds come into the league and they've already got this craftiness from around 15 feet. That's usually the area of the floor that it takes them the longest to figure out, because it's like that awkward no man's land where there's a defender behind you, there's one in front of you, and you don't really know what to do. Luka seems calm, cool, and collected coming around that screen. He knows that the big man is going to give him that jumper, so he'll just take one little step in, shoot that floater. It's been really damn good so far. I'll be honest, I don't know what the actual percentage on it is, I just know what I've seen. And the way I look at it is, okay, even if his percentage is perhaps not as good as the eye test is telling me, with how young he is, he's going to be great at these if he's not already by the time he's 22 years old. I mean, the guy is a total package. The other thing to mention is, while I said earlier, yeah, his burst off the dribble is maybe not like super fast, it's still fast enough. His craftiness is great, but also he's a big dude. He's like 6'7", 220. So if you don't get in front of him after that screen, good luck getting around the dude. He's basically a brick wall. So yeah, the dude's a legit scorer. He'll definitely put the ball in the rim efficiently. But now we need to get to his best quality, which is, of course, the playmaking. His calling card, the thing that everybody went nuts over as he was lighting it up overseas. Now, his actual numbers right now are not crazy. He's averaging about 4.5 assists and 4 turnovers. However, when you look at the usage rates of this team, he's number 3, and Wesley Matthews and Harrison Barnes are like neck and neck with him, so the dude is not really being given the keys to the offense yet. And I hope that by the 20th or 30th game of this season, everybody on this team is going to realize who should be running this offense, because I mean, look, right now, Wesley Matthews is shooting the most shots per game that he's ever shot. Harrison Barnes was the number 1 option for the last 2 years with this team. So there's probably going to be a bit of an adjustment period. But if everybody can get on the same page and realize that Luka needs the ball as much as possible, then I expect those passing numbers to go up. And we've already seen it a stretch this season. I mean, one particular game against the Spurs, the Mavs were ready to get blown out, and then Luka basically was just like, give me the damn ball, and they ended up losing that in overtime, but the dude already has the skills to like change a game. So he needs those opportunities, and I don't think there's anyone on this team who is good enough to take that away from him. He's really good, man. Through 8 games, he's putting up like 20 points, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists. Efficiency's very good. Shooting's legit. And of course, he's like 6'7", super crafty, super confident, and doesn't panic under pressure. He's a great player. He's definitely the best offensive player on the Mavs team. Could be their best player overall. And yeah,